Hi guys, so we are looking at the problem set, and I also have the lesson summary at the top for Module 2, Lesson 3. And then in my book, I'm flipping over our lesson summaries on page 31. And then we've got the exit ticket 33, which you'll do on a Google form. And then we've got homework helper on 35, 36, problem sets on 37. So this says support the following exercises. For the following exercises, rewrite the division expression in unit form. And then I'll put this on unit form. Then find the quotient, which means answer. Draw a model to support your answer. So there's a lot that they want. And up above in the lesson summary, when dividing a fraction by a fraction with the same denominator, so that's key, we can use the general rule A divided by C equals B divided by C equals A over B. Which means that when we do the multiplying by the reciprocal, which I flip the second one, is A over B, and it's true. Okay, so I'm going to enlarge this just a little bit for the problem set, and it asks us to do a lot with each of these problems. I would say just going through and being able to solve is good in my book. Okay, so 4/5. So what I'm going to write is 4/5, and I'm going to multiply by 5 over 1, which equals 4. 4 over 1, which is 4. And then 8/9, and I'm going to multiply by 9/4, which equals 8/4, which equals 2. And then this one is 15 over 4, or 15/4 times 4 over 3, is 15 over 3, which equals 5. This 13/5 times 5 over 4 equals 13/4, which I know that 3 times 4 is 12, 1 left over, and I put the denominator there, so 3 and 1/4. Then on 5, 6, and 7, it says rewrite the expression in unit form and find the quotient. So 10/3, which just means like I'm going to write it in as 10/3. And then I'm dividing by 2/3. I don't really need you to do that right now. So if I go multiply 10/3 times 3/2, I get 10 over 2, which equals 5. Okay, 8/5 times 5/3, 8/3, which equals 3 times 2 is 6, 7, 8. So 2 and 2/3. And then this one is 12/7 times 7/12. Look at that, and that. It equals 1 whole. That's it. Or we could say 12 sevenths. 12 sevenths divided by 12 sevenths is what I would write out. 12 sevenths divided by 12 sevenths is 1. It's like 5 divided by 5 is 1. Okay, represent the division expression using unit form. Find the quotient, which just means answer. A runner is 7/8 miles from the finish line. If she can travel 3/8 mile per minute, how long will it take her to finish the race? So we're going to go 7/8, and we're going to divide by 3/8. Then I'm going to rewrite it 7/8 times 8 over 3, which is 7 over 3. 2 times 3 is 6, and 1 left over. So 2 1/3. 2 1/3 minutes to finish race. Okay. Then an electrician has 4 1/10 meters of wire. How many strips that are 7/10 of a meter long can he cut? And then how much wire will there be left over? So I'm looking at 40, so 4 1/10, we've got, and if I put it all together, I've got 41/10 divided by divided by 7/10, which is 41/10 times 10 over 7, which equals 41/7, which is not quite 6 because 6 times 7 is 42. 6, so I'm going to go 5 times 7 is 35. 35, and then I'm going to have 6/7 left over. So he can cut, how many strips can he cut? He can cut 5, right? And then how much wire will he have left over? He will have that 6/7 meters left over, the remainder. And then, or we could also say, let's see, what else could we say? What I should really say is he would have 6/10 or 6/10 left over. That's what I should really say on that one. Okay. Saeed bought 21.5 pounds of ground beef. He used 1/4 of the beef to make tacos, 2/3 of the remainder to make quarter-pound burgers. How many burgers did he make? That sounds confusing. So we're trying to figure out, did he say half of the 21.5 pounds? So half of 21.5. So half of 21.5 is equal to 10 3/4. 1/4 to make tacos, 2/3 to make quarter-pound burgers. Okay, so then we're gonna go, so 10 3/4 is used for burgers. And so then 43/4 divided by 1/4, which is what they're using for tacos, equals, so if I go 43/4 times 4/1, that's going to be 43. So then there's how many? So then it says, so Saeed made, so 43 burgers were made. That's a lot in a very small amount of space. Okay, last question. It says the baker bought some flour. He used 2/5 of the flour to make bread. Used the rest to make batches of muffins. If he used 16 pounds of flour making bread and 2/3 for each batch of muffins, how many batches of muffins did he make? So we've got 16 is 2/5 of what size? I don't know. So 2 units, it says 2 units equals 16. 1 unit is 16 divided by 2, which equals 8. 3 units equals 24, because 3 times 8 is 24. So there's 24 pounds of flour for muffins. Okay, and then I'm going to take that 24, I'm going to go over in this corner and work it out. 24 divided by 2/3 is 24 times 3/2. So there's a 1, there's a 12. So 12 times 3 is 36. 36 batches of muffins. Okay, that is a lot in a small amount of space. Muffins, okay. Okay, well done on the problem set. I think those were tough questions. Okay, well done.